guys, it's your girl Brooke Nicole, and this is my life through a camera lens.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world.
Thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. I am so excited to finally be taking you on a nursery tour. I feel like I have been putting this off for such a long time. It's just a room that I feel like it's always unfinished. There's always something more that I want to keep adding to it, but we've ran into a slight problem. Danny, Charlie, and I are actually moving in less than a week. As I was boxing up the house, I realized that I have yet to film this video. The time has finally come. I'm going to be coming at you with all things nursery right now. Quick disclaimer, this video is not sponsored, but it is in fact in collaboration with a wonderful brand called MAPIFUL. MAPIFUL was kind enough to reach out to me and send me one of their prints. So a big shout out to MAPIFUL. Thank you so much. I am in complete awe. I love my print that I received and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So I will be sure to put their website link in the description box below for you guys if you want to check them out. Now, if you've never heard of MAPIFUL before, they are a brand that sells prints and frames that are so personalized and so customizable. It is astounding. There's so many different options to personalize and customize these prints to make them fit perfectly in your home. There are multiple different prints that you can choose from on their website. So you have the zodiac print, you have a map print, you have a star map print, you have a text print, and an art print. I went with the star map print and I absolutely love it. Not only do I love the stars, I just thought this was a very sentimental piece that I could incorporate into Charlie's nursery. With this print, you can customize it down to the exact time, date, location of a specific place and time that you want to go back to. I decided to use Charlie's birthday. As you go through and you pick the city, you pick the time, and you pick the date, and it will show you the exact star constellation that was in the sky at that exact moment in time on that exact date in that exact location, which I just think it's the coolest thing. And this is what the constellations look like on that day, which I just think it's so beautiful. You can also choose the color of the print that you would like. There are so many different options for frames: a silver frame, a metal frame, a gold frame, the natural wood frame like I got, a black frame, and you can also pick a specific type of frame. So like I said, I got the natural wood frame, but you can also get a hanging frame, which I think is a really cool vibe. And what's really nice about these prints is I feel like they can go in any room in the house. It doesn't have to be a specific room, but this would be a great birthday gift, baby shower gift, an awesome wedding gift. Like say you wanted to get this for your wife or your husband, you can put the date that you were married. I just think it's such a fun little twist in a very neat way to add such sentimental value to the decor in your home. So again, I just want to give a huge shout out to MAPIFUL. They were absolutely amazing and so wonderful to work with. Thank you so much for sending me this print. It is stunning and I truly think that it's like a showstopper. I absolutely love it. And now, without further ado, let's hop into this nursery tour. I will make sure to do my best to link everything in the description box below of everything that is in this nursery. Like I mentioned, we are moving, so I have already started to take some things off of the wall, but I made Danny stop so that I could finish this video, but I will show you guys everything that we had up. So the designing process of this nursery, I had a board on Pinterest of things that I liked and what I wanted to incorporate in her room. Arranging her room was a little bit of a process. Each room you have one way that you can set it up that actually works, and that's it. And when I first started designing her room, I wasn't quite aware of that. So you'll notice a few things that don't quite make sense, but that's okay. We made it work. Let's just start off with what you see when you first walk into the room. So right when you walk in, to the right, you're gonna see the rocking chair, and straight in front of you is going to be her dresser. Now, I knew that I wanted a big enough dresser that I could fit everything in, but one that wasn't too crazy bulky because we don't have a ton of space in her room, and I didn't want it to be too large, especially because it's the first thing that you see right when you walk in the door. I love this dresser. It is very affordable. This is the Tavern. I believe I'm saying that right. I'll put it on the screen right here for you guys. We got this dresser from IKEA, and it is actually the exact same dresser that Dana and I have here in our room. I also had a DIY project in mind for her room. I wanted to make sure that I had a dresser that I could paint over successfully without doing a ton of work. And y'all, this dresser, I love it. So when we first purchased this dresser, it was this exact color. So all I did was I went and I took the color Eucalyptus, which is actually the exact same color that I used on the pattern that I painted on her accent wall, which I'll show you guys in just a minute. But I just painted from the bottom of the dresser up. So basically just the drawers and the sides of the dresser and then the very top of the dresser. I actually found that DIY on Pinterest. I found this woman's blog. Again, I'll make sure to link it all in the description box below, but she went through and broke down every single step. The dresser came with knobs and I wanted to get little bars for her dresser instead of the wooden knobs. So we just took the knobs off and I just didn't put them back on, but I haven't quite found the exact knobs that I wanted. So that's why there's no knobs or handles on the dresser. Just ignore that. It does come with handles though, and you can paint them if you'd like. And then on top of the dresser, I just have this cloud humidifier. It does change colors. I don't use it for the nightlight. I do turn it on every night, you know, as the humidifier. And then another thing that we decided that we wanted were the baby wipe warmers. And I really do like it. I don't know, it's not an essential, like you don't need it, but it's also not a bad thing to have. I mean, I don't want my butt being wiped with cold wipes, so I figured she probably wouldn't either. So her dad went and got her a baby wipe warmer, and you know, it's pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize. My daughter woke up from her nap, so she's hanging out here with me. So if you hear random cooing, that's why. And then here we have her changing table. Now I knew that I wanted a changing table, but I knew that I didn't want those big bulky changing tables that were like mini dressers of their own. So I stuck with just getting a changing pad and putting it on top of her dresser. I actually have multiple different changing pad covers for her changing pad. This one is from Burt's Bees and it is like a cloth material. Not the best for poop stains, so I will say that. This one is more of a labor of love. I find myself having to wash it a lot more frequently. I have another changing pad cover that just doesn't go with the room, so I don't really like using it because it doesn't match anything, but it's a different type of material. So if she pees on it accidentally or if poop gets on it, hey, it happens. You can just literally wipe it off and it just comes right off. So that's the difference between the white cloth one and this like other one that I have, but I still really like both of them. And I guess I'll just show you what's in each of the dresser drawers just in case you're curious. So the first dresser to the left is kind of my, I don't want to say junk drawer, but it's kind of like my junk drawer. I have multiple different things in here. The little bags that go in her diaper pail. And then I also have some lotion. We put baby lotion on her before bed every night. So it's just easier to have that right there because that's where we get her ready for bed. I was actually gifted this at our baby shower and this used to live in our guest bathroom, but this just has pretty much everything you can think of. It's got the nose sucker, a thermometer in it, Q-tips, it has Tylenol, Motrin, a toothbrush, baby lotion. I just recently moved it to this drawer, but this is kind of like the junk drawer. I just have pretty much everything inside this drawer that I would need to get to quickly. And then in the second drawer, I just have all of her sleepers. So I just pretty much folded all of her sleepers and I keep them in here. And then I have these little knee pads with grips on them. And then the third drawer is her like shorts and pants drawer. I just have all of her leggings, her like thigh-high socks, shorts, sweatpants, her jeans, her little bubble pants, all of that is in this drawer. And then the top right drawer is her diaper drawer. So I have all of her diapers and her wipes in this drawer. I like to kind of keep it organized. It's just easier that way. And then the drawer right under that, this is kind of like her junk toy drawer. So it's a lot of toys that I don't really know what to do with. And the third and final drawer on the right hand side has all of her bibs and her fit up towels, all of her swaddle blankets. This also houses some extra crib sheets that she has. This is where I keep her other changing pad cover, and then the extra swaddles. That's where all of that lives, is right here in this drawer. We also have an air purifier and kind of hiding it behind her rocking chair, and so far it works out pretty good. She finds it every now and then and plays with it, but it's hidden, it's out of the way, and it gets the job done. All right, and moving on to the next decor piece in her room. This is a mirror that I actually ended up getting from my brother and my sister-in-law. I'll have to ask them where they got it. I honestly have absolutely no idea. I was just over at their house one day and they were getting rid of it and they asked me if I wanted it. Moving right along is the diaper pail. So the diaper pail, I actually had it in a completely different place on the other side of the dresser, but it just was way in the way. Every time that I opened the door, it kind of bumped against the dresser. Plus it's an eyesore. I didn't want that to be the first thing that you saw when you walked in the room. room. So I moved it, and with the curtain, I knew that I didn't want anything extravagant. I just wanted something simple that matched the room. I just think that curtains really make a room, but I knew that I did not want blackout curtains. Nothing against them. Like, I wanted her to be able to sleep anywhere, not just in a pitch black room. I believe these curtains are from IKEA. I will double check and make sure again that I link them below for you guys. They're a sheer material and they're slightly see-through, but I think they're really pretty. They were very cheap. It wasn't anything overly expensive, which is always a plus in my book, if you know what I mean. I actually had these vines on our baby registry, and I just thought that they added a little greenery to the room. I really love them. I think it adds a nice little touch. I believe they were from Urban. Again, it'll be linked below. I'll double check that for you guys. Just be careful if you are decorating with these vines in a nursery or in your child's room. Just be mindful of where you put them when you decorate, because they break and kids put them in their mouth. And also on her windowsill, I actually put her sound machine. I originally had this on our baby registry and we didn't get gifted this, and I was like, I don't need it, not a big deal. One of my best friends just recently was like, Brooke, you need to buy it, just go get it. I can say I highly recommend the Hatch Baby sound machine. This thing is amazing. There's all different kinds of settings. There's different sounds that you can choose. You can Yep. You control everything about this sound machine from an app on your phone. It's amazing. And not only that, you can set favorites on the app as well. So you can make designated times that it automatically turns on and it automatically turns off. So for instance, I have them set for her first nap, her second nap, and then nighttime. So I don't even have to remember to turn it on. It's awesome. So I would highly recommend getting one of these. It is money well spent. All right, and the next thing that I'm gonna show you guys is the crib. I absolutely love this crib, and it is actually not the one that I originally wanted for her room. I'll input a picture of the one that I was going for and like the look that I was going for. My awesome, amazing friend reached out to me one day. Her daughter was moving into a toddler bed and she was getting rid of her crib, and she asked me if I wanted it, and it was all white, and I was like, you know what? Heck yes, I'll take it. It has several different settings, so you can actually adjust the mattress of the crib. From what she told me, it was very inexpensive and it matches beautifully with her room. So I am very minimalistic, and I'm kind of a chicken when it comes to my child and her sleeping with things. She turned a year old not even 2 weeks ago, so she's definitely at that age now where she can sleep with pillows and blankets and stuffed animals. She has nothing but a sheet in her crib. She does sleep in a sleep sack. She has done so since the day we brought her home from the hospital. We did find that she preferred having her arms free more so than being swaddled with her arms straight down, so we ended up gravitating towards the Love to Dream swaddle. We had multiple different swaddles that we kind of switched through and went through when we first brought her home, but we found that the Love to Dream swaddle was the one that fit her the best. We used that up until she started showing signs of rolling over, and then we switched to the Love to Dream transitional swaddle. It's the exact same thing as the Love to Dream swaddle where their arms are up in this position, except you can unzip the arms and you can slowly transition them into arms free sleeping, which is what is safe and recommended when a baby starts to roll over. And yeah, that's what we've used, and she has continued to sleep in a sleep sack. So in my brain, she doesn't really need a blanket because the sleep sack acts as her blanket, and I have started adding her stuffed fox Oliver into the crib with her. She loves it. She sleeps with him. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing in there. We keep it very bare, very plain. And then underneath the crib, I know it's kind of an eyesore, but like I mentioned several times before, we don't have a lot of storage in her room for us to put things. So I keep a few things under her crib. Now during the day while she's playing, I pull these toys out. When she goes down for her nap and when she goes down for bed, I put all of her toys away and out of her sight so she doesn't see them. When they're out, she wants to play. She sits up at the crib and cries, reaching for her toys. So I put them out of sight, out of mind. She knows that it's bedtime, and it works out pretty good for us. In our new place, this won't be an issue, but for now, I've just found that it's easier to kind of put all of those toys neatly stored under her crib and out of the way. And this is her playmat. We actually got this from Love Ivory. Y'all, this playmat is amazing. It's worth the money. It has several different sections. So you've got like a color section, you've got a noise section, you've got all different kinds of sections, and then it has little toys that hang. It's wood, so it's really durable. She is obsessed with it. Like I said, she's a year old and she still plays with it. I would recommend getting this earlier on. We waited until she was 5 or 6 months old, which she used it, but I feel like she was almost out of that stage where she kind of just stays still. So I definitely recommend getting this playmat like when they're first born, and you can just use it for a long time. But yeah, I recommend it. And this next piece is one of my favorite things in her entire nursery, and that is the rocking chair. This rocking chair was sold out because of COVID. for months. I couldn't get it shipped to me. Every time I went online, it was sold out. Long story short, was able to get my hands on it. I absolutely love it. It's so soft. I was a little nervous about how comfortable it was gonna be because I knew that I was gonna be breastfeeding. It's amazing. It's comfortable. I have not ever had an issue. I've spent many a nights in this rocking chair. I highly recommend it. I really love it. It was worth the money. Okay, I think I lied. I love the rocking chair, but this next like decor piece is probably one of my favorite things that I own. And it's not only because it's just the cutest thing ever, but it means a lot to me and it's very sentimental because my brother made it for me and he made it for Charlie. My brother owns a mounting business. It's called Griffin Euro Mounts and he does deer heads. And so I reached out to him when I was first pregnant with Charlie and like I found out that we were having a girl and I said, hey, can you please make me a deer head like you do, like so I can mount it on the wall, but I want it to be a little more girly and I want to add flowers to it. And he said, heck yeah, absolutely. And he did not disappoint. I will be sure to link all of his information. He sells these on the regular. It is amazing. The work that he does is just fantastic. And I just think it's the coolest thing. And it is just an awesome statement piece to have in your room. I hung it up on the wall and I just think it's so pretty and it's so perfect. And it's just so fitting because if you know me and you know my family, like this is us. This is us. So I think it ties in great with the room. I really do. And at first, before I had Dani mounted on the wall, I actually had it just sitting on her dresser, which also I thought looked really cute too. But as she got older, she started kind of playing with it and I didn't want her to break it or knock it off. So yeah, we hung it up on the wall, which is what I originally wanted to do with it anyways. I think she's perfect. I'm very thankful and very grateful that he did that for me. So shout out to you, Ryan. Thank you. You're a real one. I love you for putting up with my crazy self. Like I mentioned earlier, because we have already started moving, we have already started kind of taking things down. I got these next two items from Michael's. One is just this really big flower. It's like made out of metal. And I got these items on sale. I love them. I think they're just really cool decor pieces. Not only did I get this flower, but I also got the letter C for Charlie. Her name is Charlie. So I am going to put that up on the wall and or on a shelf. But I just think these colors flow really well and it brings out the other colors in the room. Now onto the accent wall. I love this wall and I'm so glad that Dani was down for me doing it. When I was in my nesting phase, I took the same color that I painted Charlie's dresser and I used that exact color on the pattern on the wall. I will link that video below. I go through exactly how I did it, what all I used to purchase it and all of that fun stuff. Looking back, I kind of wish I wouldn't have rushed into it because I painted this wall before we got the majority of the items for her nursery. So I was just like, yep, this is the wall. I want to paint it. This can be the accent wall. And looking back, I should have actually done the wall that the window is on. I should have made that the accent wall because her crib is against that wall. So there's just like this really empty space and it's like covered. I don't know. I love the accent wall itself. I just think that it's the wrong wall that I painted, if that makes sense. Nonetheless, I think it's really cute. I absolutely love it and it was very easy to do. So, hey. And then moving on to her closet. There's nothing too special about her closet. I just have her dirty clothes hamper that I keep off into the corner. I keep that little toy basket that I was telling you guys about right in front of that and just some of her toys in there just to put away at night, like I said, so she doesn't see them out and about in her room and want to play with them. And then directly to the right of her dirty clothes basket, I actually got these shelves. I was gifted these for our baby shower. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when I first saw